Hello friends, welcome back to our channel B2C Beginner to Champion for competitive exams. In this video, we will discuss the weekly current affairs of April 1st week 2021 part 1. First is the national news. The Government of India has extended the Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme to June 30, 2021, which is a period of another 30 months or till a time that an amount of rupees 3 lakh crore is sanctioned under the scheme. The tenure of loans granted under the scheme is 6 years. The scheme was announced as part of the Atmanirbhar package of the Government of India to provide fully guaranteed and collateral-free additional credit to MSMEs, business enterprises, individual loans for business purposes and Mudra borrowers. Next news is Government announces rupees 14,500 crore capital infusion in 4 public sector banks, namely the Central Bank of India, Indian Overseas Bank, Bank of India and UCO Bank in 2021. The infusion will complete the government's total capital infusion of rupees 20,000 crore in the public sector banks for the current financial year 2020-2021. Next news is Centre withdraws order cutting interest rates on small savings schemes. The Government of India has withdrawn its order slashing interest rates on small savings schemes including National Savings Certificates and Public Provident Fund for the first quarter of 2021-2022 financial year. We move on to the next news. Union Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has launched My NEP 2020 platform for National Council for Teacher Education web portal, which will be operational from 1st April to May 15, 2021. The platform seeks to invite suggestions, inputs, or membership from stakeholders for preparing a draft for the development of National Professional Standards for Teachers (NPST) and National Mission for Mentoring Program Membership (NMM). Point to be noted here is Union Minister for Education is Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. The next news is the Government of India has declared April 14th Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's birthday as public holiday. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the sculptor of Indian Constitution and countries already celebrates his birthday as Ambedkar Jayanti every year. We move on to the next section, which is the state news. Utkal Divas or Odisha Statehood Day is celebrated on 1st April. Utkal Divas or Utkal Divasa is celebrated on 1st April every year to remember the formation of Odisha state after struggle to be reorganized as an independent state. The state was initially called Orissa, but the Lok Sabha passed the Orissa Bill and the Constitutional Bill, which is a 113rd amendment, in March 2011 to rename the state as Odisha. Points to be noted here is Chief Minister of Odisha is Naveen Patnaik, capital is Bhubaneswar, and the governor is Ganeshi Lal. Next news is Ghaziabad Nagar Nigam in Uttar Pradesh lists itself as Bombay Stock Exchange. The Ghaziabad Nagar Nigam listed itself as at the BSE and successfully raised rupees 150 crores by issuing municipal bonds on private placement basis using BSE bond. This is the first ever green bond issuance by any municipal corporation in the country. Prior to Ghaziabad Nagar Nigam, Lucknow Municipal Corporation had itself listed at the BSE. Points to be noted here is Uttar Pradesh capital is Lucknow and governor is Anandiben Patel. Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh is Yogi Adityanath. The next news is the government of Maharashtra has declared an area at Amboli in Western Ghats in Sindhugarh district where a rare freshwater fish species was discovered as a biodiversity heritage site. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray's son, Tejas Thackray, who is a wildlife researcher, and his team has discovered the new freshwater fish species, which is known as Shitutra Hiryankeshi near Amboli in Sindhugarh district. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra is Uddhav Thackeray, Governor is Bhagat Singh Koshyari, and the capital is Mumbai. From the state news, we move on to appointments. Subhash Kumar takes as additional charge as the CMD, Chairman and Managing Director of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation on 1st April 2021. He is currently serving as the Director of Finance at ONGC. The Kumar succeeds incumbent CMD Shashi Shankar as who superannuated on March 31, 2021. The headquarters of ONGC is Vasant Kunj, Delhi. The Oil and Natural Gas Corporation was founded on 14th August 1956. We move on to the next news, which is Mukhmeet S. Bhatia takes over as the Director General of Employees State Insurance Corporation ESIC on April 4th, 2021. He worked as Additional Secretary in the Department of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Finance. The next news is Mallika Srinivasa appointed Chairperson of PESB, Chairman and Managing Director of Tractor and Farm Equipment Limited. Mallika Srinivasa has been appointed as the Chairperson of Public Enterprises Selection Board. Minister for Personal Public Grievance and Pensions is the Honorable Prime Minister himself, Sri Narendra Modi. Minister of State in the Ministry of Personal Public Grievance and Pensions is Jitendra Singh. Former Reserve Bank Governor Urjit Patel has been appointed as the Director of Britannia Group. And his appointment comes with effect from 31st March 2021 for a period of 5 years. Britannia CEO is Varun Berry and his headquarters is in Bengaluru. It was founded in 1892. Adil Zainubhai appointed Chairman of Capacity Building Commission. The former Quality Council of India QCI Chief Adil Zainubhai has been appointed as the Chairman of Capacity Building Commission. The government has approved a commission under the National Program for Civil Service Capacity Building, also known as the Mission Karma Yogi, to train civil service servants at all levels. We move on to the defense section. Indian Army to participate in military exercise Shantir Ugrosena 2021. The multinational military exercise named Shantir Ugrosena 2021, which is also known as the Front Runner of Peace, is scheduled to be held in Bangladesh from 4th April to 12th April 2021. Theme of the exercise is robust peacekeeping operations, and it is being held to commemorate the birth centenary of Bangladesh's father of nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and may mark glorious 50 years of liberation of the country. Indian Army is also participating in the multinational exercise along with the contingent of Royal Bhutan Army, Sri Lankan Army and Bangladesh Army. The Indian contingent will comprise 30 personnel including officers, JCOs and Jawan of a battalion from the Dogra Regiment. USA, UK, Turkey, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Singapore will also attend the military exercise as military observers. Lightweight bulletproof jacket developed by DRDO Lab. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has congratulated the DRDO Defense Research and Development Organization lab at Kanpur for developing a lightweight bulletproof jacket. The chairman of DRDO is Dr. G. Satish Reddy. Headquarters is in New Delhi and it was established in 1958. We move on to books and others section. Vice President releases books Subarila Palana. We move on to books and authors. Vice President releases book Subari Palana by Dr. Shailendra Joshi. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has released a book Subari Palana by a retired civil servant Dr. Shailendra Joshi. The book is in the Telugu translation of Echo Tea Calling Towards People-Centric Governance, written by former Telangana Chief Secretary Dr. S.K. Joshi. We move on to banking and finance. The State Bank of India has raised 1 billion from Japan Bank of International Cooperation (JBIC) to extend loans to the supply chain of Japanese automobile industry in India. The loan is in the form of refinancing against the fund support provided to manufacturers, suppliers, dealers of Japanese automobiles in India. SBI chairperson is Dinesh Kumar Khara. SBI headquarters is in Mumbai and it was founded on 1st July 1955. RBI extends deadline for processing debit payments by 6 months. The RBI has extended the timeline for processing recurring online transactions by 6 months to September 30, 2021. Earlier in December 2020, RBI has directed all banks including RRBs and NBFCs and payment gateways that processing of recurring transaction using card or prepaid payments instrument or unified payment interface would not be continued beyond March 31st, 2021 if they do not comply to additional factor of authentication. 25th RBI Governor is Shaktikanta Das and headquarters is in Mumbai, founded in 1st April 1935 in Kolkata. The Axis Bank has entered into a share purchase agreement for the sale of 100% stake in its subsidiary, Axis Bank UK Limited, to OpenPaid Holdings Limited. The Axis Bank expects the sale to be completed by September 30, 2021. To the approval of change in control received from UK financial regulator, the PRA. Government pegs market borrowing at Rupees 7.24 lakh crore in the first half of financial year 2022. The government has decided to borrow Rupees 7.24 lakh crore in the first half of 2021-2022 fiscal year to meet resources to revive the economy hit by coronavirus pandemic. This borrowing is 60.06% of the estimated gross issuance for fiscal 2021-2022. The World Bank raises GDP growth projection for India to 10.1% for the financial year 2022. The World Bank has revised upward GDP growth projections for India by 4.7 percentage points to 10.1% for the financial year 2021-2022 due to strong rebound in private consumption and investment growth. Earlier, the bank had pegged the GDP growth rate at 5.4% for financial year 2022. The World Bank headquarters is in Washington, D.C. It was formed in 1944 and the president is David Malpass. Next is a growth projection by Uniscape. United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific said the latest update that India's estimated to record economic growth of 7% in 2021-2022 over a contraction of 7.7% witnessed the previous fiscal year. ICICI Bank PhonePe tie-up for issuance of FASTags. ICICI Bank and PhonePe has announced their partnership for the issuance of FASTags using UPI on the PhonePe app. The integration allows 280 million registered PhonePe users to order and track ICICI Bank FASTags conveniently on the app. The ICICI Bank headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra and CEO is Sandeep Bakshi. Next is a very important news related to the goods and service tax collections. India's economic recovery is gathering steam as the GST collections for the month March have topped 1.23 lakh crore, setting a new record since the implementation of GST regime in July 2017. We move on to agreements and MOUs. The Ayush Ministry, in collaboration with Vinobha Seva Pratishthan, organizes Ayurveda Parav in a bid to provide Ayurveda as mainstream treatment for the prevalent lifestyle-related diseases. Vinobha Seva Pratishthan, in collaboration with the Ministry of Ayush, has successfully organized 3-day Ayurveda Parav in Bhubaneswar. The unique initiative aims to not only ensure greater acceptance of Ayurveda among the masses but also to popularize Ayurveda as a main line of treatment for the current lifestyle diseases. The Minister of State for Ayush is Shripad Yeso Naik. Next, we move on to science and technology. Facebook and Google to build new cables under the sea called Echo and Bifrost. Google and Facebook are planning to build new subsea cables from US to Singapore and Indonesia. The Facebook has partnered with the leading regional and global partners to build two new subsea cables, Echo and Bifrost, that will provide vital new connections between Asia Pacific region and North America. While Google is only investing in Echo, these cables will increase overall trans-Pacific capacity by 70%. CEO of Google is Sundar Pichai, and it was founded on 4th September 1998, California, United States of America. Chief Executive Officer of Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg, and headquarters is in California, United States of America. We move on to the next important section, awards. Legendary actor Rajinikanth to be honored with 51st Dadasaheb Phalke Award. The Dadasaheb Phalke Award is the highest film honor in India. Rajinikanth is the 12th South Indian to get this award. Legends like Dr. Rajkumar Akini, Nagareshwar Rao, K. Balachandra has been awarded before. The legendary actor has been honored with Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan in the past. Some miscellaneous news in this session. India ranks 140th in World Economic Forum's Gender Gap Index 2021. India has slipped 28 places to rank 140 among 156 countries in the Global Gender Gap Report 2021 by World Economic Forum. The headquarters of World Economic Forum is Cologne, Switzerland, and its agency head is Klaus Schwab. World Economic Forum was founded in January 1971. The Global Gender Gap Report 2021 is the 15th edition of annual publication by World Economic Forum. Paytm Money opens new research and development center in Pune. The online investment platform Paytm Money has set up new R&D facility in Pune, which will drive product innovations, especially in the area of equity, mutual funds, and digital gold. Headquarters of Paytm is Noida, Uttar Pradesh, and its founder and CEO is Vijay Shekhar Sharma. Paytm Money CEO is Varun Sridhar. The Western Central Railway has become the first fully electrified railway zone. Indian Railways West Central Railway Zone gets fully electrified after CCRS inspection and commissioning of the electrification of Kota Chittagurh Railway Section, Srinagar Jalandhar Railway Section in the state of Rajasthan. West Central Railway has become the first fully electrified railway in the country. The zonal railway now boasts 3,112 kilometers of electrified rail network. We move on to the sports section. Lewis Hamilton won the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is his 96th career win, and the runner-up for the event is Max Verstappen, and Valtteri Bottas stands in the third position. Anian Midhun wins gold at South Asian Wushu tournament. The Anian Midhun of Natika won the gold at South Asian Wushu Championship that concluded in Nepal on March 31st. The 28-year-old youth represents the country in 70 kg category in the championship. He is the first Wushu player from South India to reach the Indian team. We move on to the last section, which is the important days. In the first week of April, the important day that we come to see is World Autism Day. The World Autism Awareness Day observed on 2nd April, and it is observed to raise awareness about people with autism spectrum disorder (ASD) throughout the world. Friends, with this we come to the conclusion of this video. See you soon in our next session. We'll be back soon. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, please do like and share. Subscribe to this channel to receive expert tips and guidance for clearing various placement exams and press the bell icon to receive instant notifications.